paddling through Crooked Lake, and this is the bottom of Friday Bay. We've got a 95 rod portage into Papoose Lake, and we'll be on our way down the trail. Wind picked up a little bit on the last little bit there, so we were bucking a little bit of waves, but it's still beautiful out, and we're going to see how the trail is from here. Well, I've had to find some new attire for my head wear. The sun has been beating down on me for 2 days now, and my sensitive white skin is starting to turn quite red. So I'm trying to protect the tops of my ears, and since I don't have much hair on the top of my head, that as well. We just finished that 95 rod portage out of the bottom of Friday Bay, and it was quite muddy. I was telling Aaron and Jim that I think you have to pay big money for a mud bath like that usually, but man, it's just part of the trip here in the BWCA. I think about 70% of portages on rivers are due to beaver dams. We just had to walk like 10 feet to get around this one right here. And you can see they've done a nice job damming up the water, but boy, it's a lot of work taking everything out of the canoe just to put it right back in 5 minutes later after you get everything moved across. So we just got done paddling through Gun Lake. Nice L-shaped lake that's brought us over here. I was planning on doing this debrief on the lake, but all the campsites were taken. We had a 300 rod portage to get into here, but that was quite a hefty haul for everything. My shoulders were sure burning by the end of that. And so now we're back on the portage route again. This is a 50 rod that's going to take us on to the next lake, and hopefully we can find a campsite there. But the mosquitoes are pretty bad, so we're going to get going. Well, we had a good night's rest last night on Ferry Lake. We had a quick little portage, like 15 rods to get in here to Boot Lake, which is quite beautiful. Some nice rocks sticking up out of the lake, and we're gonna head on down here, and then we're gonna continue on into Four Town Lake. So it's a nice day. Hopefully you'll enjoy some of the pictures we get.
Yeah, we're in Four Town Lake. This is the last lake before we hit Mudro and head home. And we've had a really good trip. Had a lot of fun, done a lot of different things. Four Town Lake is from what I understand, there were 4 fishing camps on it. That's how it's got its name. And before this was the Boundary Waters canoe area, people could fly into these larger lakes. And of course, naturally they set up fishing camps and took people out fishing for money. And I'm sure was a great time in the history of Fort Town Lake. I'm sure a lot of people had a lot of fun then. But now it's Boundary Waters canoe area, so it's just paddling, and the fishing I know is still good in this lake. It's a beautiful lake.
So we just left Fort Town Lake, and we went down the river at the bottom of Fort Town Lake, just a little ways. And now there's this kind of like narrow canyon that comes through here that looks like it's been blocked up maybe by a beaver or something. So we had a little portage around that. Pretty rocky and hilly. It's kind of a cool little trail, but it's a lot of fun when you're packing your canoe through here and all your gear. But we're going to continue on the way. It looks like we've got about a 20-yard paddle and then another 140-rod portage. So we're on our way. Well, here we are back at the entry point at Mudro Lake. Our trip has come to a close. It's been a lot of fun. We got to see a lot of amazing things while we were out. We had those deer crossing the right at the end of the portage there on the way in. That was just beautiful. And then how can we forget the little ducklings that we're trying to get up the waterfall there at Lower Basswood Falls. It's just amazing that when you get out here, and especially in a place like the BWCAW where there's no motorized anything that's allowed, I think, and people are a little bit more quiet when they come through. I think animals are a little bit, they're not quite as used to, I don't know, they're not as scared of you, I guess, and so you can get a lot closer, you can see them a lot more than you would normally around anywhere else. The mosquitoes especially, they like to get up close and personal. But it was a great trip, we had a great time, and a lot of fun. We look forward to bringing more shows to you in the future. If you have any comments or suggestions, just shoot us an email at bwcacastfans@gmail.com. And yeah, swing by the forums, bwcacast.com/forums, and just converse with anybody else that's there on the forums, and it's just a great place to meet up and talk about your trips. We'd love to hear about your trip. If you'd like have a story that you'd like to share with us, shoot us an email and tell us about it. We really like talking about this stuff, and it's a lot of fun. So until next time, this is Bill Bryson with bwcacast.com.